Classification of mental factors. There are 52 Cetasikas. There are 13 ANNYASAMARNAs, of which 7 are Sabba-Citta Sardharrana and 6 are Pakinaka. There are 14 Akusala Cetasikas, of which 4 are Moha Chatuka, 3 are Lobha Tri, 4 are Dosa Chatuka, and 3 are N-Tri. And there are 25 Cetasikas, of which 19 are Sobhana Sadharana, 3 are Virati, 2 are Apamanya, and 1 is Panyindriya. Pinyindriya.
Sobhana Cetasika 25. Could you repeat for this paragraph?
There are 25 Sobhana Cetasikas, of which 19 are Sobhana Sadharanas, 3 are Virati, 2 are Apaminya,
yes,
and 1 is Panyadrinya. There are 52 Cetasikas in all. They are first divided into 3 classes as follows. Number 1, ANNYASAMARNA Cetasikas, or neutral mental factors, of which there are 13, and these constitute our essential qualities. Number 2, Akusala Cetasikas, or immoral mental factors, of which there are 14, and these constitute our bad qualities. Number 3, Sobhana Cetasikas, or beautiful mental factors, of which there are 25, and these constitute our good qualities. Neutral mental factors.
Do you say constitute?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay.
Neutral mental factors. ANNYASAMARNA Cetasikas. The 13 ANNYASAMARNA Cetasikas can associate both with the Sobhana, or beautiful Cittas, and Asobhana, or not beautiful Cittas. They are neutral, and they enhance the properties of the Cetasikas with which they associate. We can use them for good purposes. They are again divided into 2 subgroups. Number 1, Sabba-Citta Sardharranas, or essentials which associate with all Cittas, of which there are 7. Number 2, Pakinakas, of which means particulars which selectively associate with some Sobhana Cittas as well as some Asobhana Cittas, of which there are 6. Essential mental factors. Sabba-Citta Sardharrana-7 Sabba means all. Sardharrana means associate with. The 7 Sabba-Citta Sardharranas associate collectively with all Cittas. Consciousness of an object by Citta is accomplished with the help of these Cetasikas. Number 1, Phasa, or contact, or mental impression. Number 2, Vedana, which means feeling or sensation. Number 3, Sanya, which means perception. Number 4, Cittana, which means volition or intention. Number 5, Ekagata, which means one-pointedness, concentration, or samadhi. Number 6, Jivitendriya, which means psychic life or life faculty. Number 7, Manasikara, which means attention or reflection. Phasa, or contact. Phasa furnishes the contact between the sense object and consciousness. For example, the contact between visible object and eye consciousness, or Chakku Vinyana, is accomplished by Phasa. Without Phasa, there will be no sense impression, and consequently no cognition. Phasa produces feeling. Number 2, Vedana, or feeling. Vedana enjoys the taste of the sense object. It is like a king who enjoys a delicious dish. There are 5 types of feeling. See page 60. There is no one but the feeling itself which enjoys the feeling. Feeling is very important to worldly people. People are struggling day and night for the enjoyment of sensual pleasure, which is mainly pleasant feeling. In the cause-effect relations of the law of dependent origination, or paticca samuppada, paticca samuppada, contact is the condition for the arising of feeling, and feeling is the condition for the arising of craving. The whole group of feelings, past, present, future, one's own and external, is designated as Vedanakanda, or feeling aggregate, one of the 5 groups of existence. Number 3, Sanya, or perception. Sanya takes note of sense objects as to color, form, shape, name, etc. It functions as memory. It is Sanya that enables one to recognize an object that has once been perceived by the mind through the senses. The mind works as a supercomputer. The data produced by perceptions are transmitted from mind to mind, so they remain in the mental stream. These old data can be recalled with mindfulness. This is the reason why we remember what we have learnt, and why some people can remember their past existences, as the mental stream is not cut off at death. The whole group of perceptions, past, present, future, one's own, and external, is designated as Sanyakanda, or perception aggregate, which is also one of the 5 groups of existence. Number 4, Cetana, volition or intention. Cetana coordinates its concomitants and acts like a chief disciple, or like a chief carpenter, who fulfills his duties and regulates the work of others as well. It prompts its concomitants to do their respective functions to accomplish each action. Cetana acts on its concomitants, acts in getting a sense object, and acts in accomplishing an action. Thus, it determines an action. Cetana sets the intention to perform an action and prompts its concomitants to do their respective functions to accomplish the action. So Cetana is responsible for accomplishing the action and is identified with the action. According to Anguttara Nikaya, Buddha remarked, "Volition is action, or kama. Thus I say, O monks, for as soon as prompted by volition, one does the action, be it body, speech, or mind." So Cetana plays an important role in all actions. Cetana is the most significant Cittasika in mundane, or Lokya, consciousnesses, whereas Panya, or wisdom, is the most important Cittasika in the supramundane, or Lokuttara, consciousnesses. Excluding Vedana and Sanya, all the remaining 50 Cittasikas, with the Cetana as the foremost, is designated as Sankara Kanda, or aggregate of mental formation, which is also one of the 5 aggregates of existence. Number 5, Ekagata, or one-pointedness. Ekagata unites consciousness and mental factors harmoniously and focuses them on one object. It prevents its concomitants from dissipation and fixes them on the one object. It is similar to water that binds together several substances to form one concrete mass. Ekagata is one of the 5 jhana factors. When developed and cultivated by meditation, it is known as samadhi, or concentration. It is the seed of all attentive, selected, focused, or concentrated consciousnesses. Number 6. Jivitendriya, or psychic life. Jivitendriya is a combination of 2 terms, jivita and indriya, which equals life plus controlling faculty. It is called jivita because it sustains its concomitants. It is called indriya because it controls its concomitants. Just as lotuses are sustained by water and an infant by a nurse, so are mental concomitants sustained by jivitendriya. Number 7, manasikara, attention or reflection. Manasikara is the mind's first confrontation with an object and directs its associated mental concomitants to the object. It is therefore the prominent factor in the two avajjanacittas, namely Panchadwara Vijnanacitta and Manodwara Vijnanacitta, i.e., 5-door directing consciousnesses and mind-door directing consciousness. These two consciousnesses, breaking through the life continuum, or bhavenga, form the first stage in the cognitive process. As the rudder of a ship directs her to her destination, so manasikara directs the citta and its concomitants towards a sense object. Without manasikara, the mind is like a rudderless ship and it cannot be aware of an object. In a more general sense, manasikara appears frequently in the suttas as yonisa manasikara, or wise reflection, and ayoniso manasikara, or unwise reflection. Wise reflection leads to moral consciousnesses, whereas unwise reflection leads to immoral consciousness.